I solved the food shortage in my colony. For now. I've spent the last couple videos building farms, but I've also been quietly formulating a military plan on the side, and today it's time to start that plan. I picked out a spot near my colony where I'm going to build a huge airbase for stationing working crate mod planes in the future, but right now, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to need to do a lot of digging and a lot of planning. Let's get started. I've gotten a lot of requests to make an armored train over the course of this series, and I do want to make it, but I had a question first. I want to say I've seen suggestions for specific armored trains, like I think there's one in one of the Battlefield games that people have suggested, and there are a lot of different types of them when I have researched them. So I do want to do that soon, but first let me know if there's a specific one that you wanted me to make, like if it was the Battlefield one or some other one, so that I have more of an idea what you guys were thinking of. But as far as military stuff goes, I think I finally managed to come up with a spot where we're going to put the military base and airbase and other stuff, the depot. I wanted to pick a spot that's relatively close by to everything else. See, everything is pretty close together. The ground over here, though, gets kind of weird. It's got some of this like strange, janky vanilla generation, which is kind of annoying. But if you come over here, we're actually here right now, you'll see that it's a somewhat flat plains biome. And then there's a forest in the background and hills here. And I finally was able to get a vision of where the military base should go. It should go literally right here. I don't have an issue with flattening out stuff probably right up into here, and then flattening out all of this plains biome up until the tree line. And it's not that far from the railway tunnels and the highway tunnels in the mountain that can be brought out. And it's next to the farm, next to this road. This road can make it over there. We're not just going to be putting military stuff. I mean, that's mostly what it's going to be, but there's probably even going to be parking for other vehicles and service areas for other vehicles. Like, the amount of times I have to service some of these things, like trying to get under it and then access all this stuff down here, it's really hard to do without a special facility. So that's one of the things we want to do. Plus, we just need a ton of room for our runway. It's going to even open up to over here because we're going to take out this ridge and it's going to start basically here. And then we're going to have access to whatever over here, I guess, for stuff. High level plans I've got here, guys. Not sure why this didn't occur to me before, but you know, I could just make this bigger. This drill here. I guess I didn't think I could because I was like, oh, it's almost out of stress units. But even that's not true, because if we come over here and try to, well, maybe I could do some under it. See, this is why I need like a maintenance spot for this in all my vehicles. There are two of these things here, only one of which is on, so I can just add a pipe and double the output of this thing. I happen to have a pipe. Let's put it... Oh, controls. Oh, great. The transmission on this thing really sucks. I mean, I guess I could redesign the whole thing. Well, that's cool. I got rid of a redstone torch. All I'm doing is inverting these things now that we have crate connected. And then we don't need redstone torches anymore. This should actually let me move this out of the way, though. If that didn't mess up anything, I should have made room. No, it didn't. Awesome. Okay, I got room. Maybe I need to update the schematic on Patreon. Oh, good. It did actually work, see? Look at that. We're now using about half of it, which means I can make a lot more of these. So, successful modification of the drilling machine. And I guess I'll put this here. I have cogwheels and I have drills. Everything you need. Yeah, we could put 29 more drills on here. I'm not sure that that's practical. I don't really want to do that. The problem is anytime you want to do this stuff fast, everything just kind of devolves back into a giant wall of drills. Grug has the right answer. Make more drills. I hope this is enough room. That's the first thing I think. It probably looks like a lot of room. But all the pictures I've seen of old military bases and air bases, they have a lot of empty space, actually. They take up a pretty big footprint. But I have to be realistic. This is still like a block game for a video series that requires weekly videos. So I think it's going to be pretty good. I think we've got plenty of room for runways and buildings and barracks and bunkers and whatever else kind of cool stuff we want. And we even have huge caves and mine shafts down here. Like, look at this. There's even this. There's stuff everywhere. And a ravine. I didn't expect it to actually be open into this giant pit, but hey, I guess we have a spider-infested cave for whatever diabolical plans we have, because I have lots of those, right? Maybe you guys do. And also around here, I plan to have like a small little service road that goes through here and then in through this little valley and then goes into a tunnel. Because, like, look at this, it'd just be perfect. You could just like a single lane road. Then there's literally a cave here. And if we go a little bit farther, it's actually really close. Look, it almost lines up perfectly with the train station tunnel within like 10 blocks. That's crazy. I hadn't even looked at that before. But what are we doing today? Well, today we need to actually figure out where runways will go because those are the largest single features. So it's very important to establish that first, and it's very important to establish where we want the two roads to come in. And the railroad. Don't want to forget about the railroad. You might be wondering what the railroad is for, and other than armored trains, I guess, interacting with the military base, it would be for, I don't know, loading vehicles onto train cars, because I'm like 95% sure we can do that. I did some testing with that a very long time ago, and I made a flat car design a very long time ago. Transporting equipment here, supplies, munitions, whatever. So we definitely need a railroad. And you can see the railroad is right there, in fact. And the highway is right there. I see we are about to be engulfed by a huge storm again. So if we look here at pictures of World War II air bases, or even World War I, I suppose, you'll see that the runways, there seems to be something called a Class A airfield. I wonder if that's anything to do with the fact that it seems to typically form an A with the runways. That probably has nothing to do with it at all. For the proper effect, I kind of wanted two runways, and they typically seem to be perpendicular to each other and or intersecting to varying degrees. So let's take a look at the map here. It would not make any sense to have a runway going from here to here because you would crash into the mountain. So we're a little bit limited by the fact that this is a mountain and these are small hills. I should clarify, this is a combined military base and air base storage depot thing. That's why it's such a large area, but I'm wondering if it needs to be larger. So the most obvious runway area is diagonal from this direction because there's a river here and it's open and there's a lot of room here before you get into this hilly area. We have a runway that runs straight across here and it intersects with a runway that runs diagonally like a longer one right here. You know, my planes are going to be 1-to-1 scale, or actually upscaled possibly because we've had to upscale other things, other vehicles, which means they need pretty long runways. I can almost guarantee that I can't even build a 1-to-1 scale runway, even let's say I remove this here. I doubt it would be 1-to-1 scale. I would have had to go really far away. Oh shoot, yeah, it says here specifically for these airfields that the main landing strip, I don't know if that's all the concrete or just a cleared area, it says it is like 1,800 meters long. That's 1,800 blocks. The distance from, I don't know, this is diagonal, so it's a little, let's say like the difference from here is like 300 meters. Yeah, this, oh geez. But literally from this dock to this is not even that length. Well, let me get some wool and I want to start marking some things out. And there is a high likelihood that I remove this. Luckily, I have a lot of wool. Nice, I made the most offensive color combination ever. You know, another great thing about positioning the military area where I did is that it actually has river access to the colony for ships like the one I'm on right now. We can't send battleships there or anything, but smaller ones like the Corvette can actually go park and dock alongside there, although I do plan to have a naval base actually closer to the dockyards. We're just one mod update away from having the proper tank gun on my Abrams and future tanks. All I need are some proper crafting recipes for this. We don't have the proper casting recipes. Some of it's done, and apparently the rest is being worked on. With my 3 colors right now, purple is going to be roads or pathways, paved or otherwise, and then yellow is going to be runway area. We're going to have the teal be buildings, hangars, etc. I might go grab some more wool types if I really want to differentiate even more. Well, shoot, guys, I don't actually know that we're making a military base, because look at this map. There's no room for a military base. There's only room for an airbase right here. It did occur to me of a different spot that I could put a military base, though, really close by. And it might be cooler. You'll have to let me know if it's unrealistic, though. It might be, but we might have to go with it for the coolness factor. I suspect that putting hangars in the middle of the runway is probably something that doesn't happen in real life. I have this little suspicion that that's probably bad tactical placement of your buildings. What if I put an army base specifically, which I guess is what I meant by military base, but maybe we'll split it into army base and air base, in this little bowl here. Now I'm even more confident that that might be bad placement, but hear me out. What if it was like built partially into the hill, into the bluff, and then we had maybe some stuff around the ring, like towers and stuff around the top of it, watchtowers, radar, whatever. You'll have to let me know if that's also super unrealistic, but again, the coolness factor might have to outweigh that. We'll see. But I am quite convinced that there is no room for a proper sized army base / military base here. This is just an airbase, and I'm fine with building an airbase first. I mean, we want to do airplanes. It's been a long time. We've been on this world for a year. I want to say this video might be the video that is the 50-second video or 50-second weekly upload. But you'll also notice that, well, these run out here. So I did conclude, yeah, I'm going to have to take this out, unfortunately, to finish out the runways, because they're way too small right now, and they don't connect. So that's the next thing to do. Let's get back to digging. Yeah, I think getting rid of that was the right call. I wasn't quite sure at first, but look at how these runways go now. At some point, I may want to remove some trees here for more realism, but maybe not as well. Now that we have the major areas laid out, I can start trying to fill in some stuff. Like, let's bring in the road from the highway and the railroad, because I still kind of want to have a train track go through here, and then maybe unload directly onto the runway or something. I'm not really sure. You see, there's not a great place to do it. The only place that I can reasonably think of is to bring it in alongside here, have it run through here, and then like turn at a certain point and leave. So I don't know, maybe it's not worth it, but I really want to have a railroad connection to the airbase. I suppose I could bring the railway straight through here and have it dead end, but I feel like there's not enough room to reasonably make it dead end, so we're going to try to bring it alongside this runway. And if I do put an army base here, this is actually going to work out really well, because we can have an intersection where it goes through this bluff and into the valley, and I think it would be really cool to do that. And there's even this ravine here, so it could kind of cut through that. I'm going to bring this up by about 3 blocks so that we could reasonably fit a boat under the river. A small one, mind you. We're not driving the Corvette down this river. That's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to bring it straight across there, and we'll have a little guard entry area. Maybe it'll be elevated. I'm going to have to think about that. But it's going to very quickly transition to like a dirt, kind of sandy, hard-packed road. Oh look, it's my old storage drawer with 54,000 concrete in it. Courtesy of my old concrete maker, which is no longer here. Oh great, I see we've run out of charcoal and all of our wood in general. That's a problem. How much do I still have here? I still have a lot. I still haven't rebuilt that stupid wood farm. But I better go put this somewhere. This storage drawer used to have wood in it until it ran out. So, if I put this back, we should start getting all of our stuff again. I only noticed because we were just in that building and nothing had power, which is never a good sign. So we should see, yeah, look, there goes the charcoal. We should see that getting sent. It actually probably already, yep, it already turned everything back on. That was fast. Good to know that it recovers quickly. Well, I was just coming over here to gather up some other materials for decorating the road. I was looking for stone. Since I can't find it anywhere else, we'll pull it from right here. What I want to do now is try to build the bridge that goes over to here, and it's going to be a little bit narrower than this road as well, because it would look a little bit strange, I think. So there's our train route in addition to the road here with our bridge from the highway. It's too bad I can't make the train track actually be at the same slope or angle, I guess, as this. I mean, it kind of can. It certainly makes building supports and stuff kind of strange, but I think that's a decent job for now. Anyways, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end the video here. It did not get as much done as I wanted, but just real life kind of got in the way, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Hopefully, next time, we'll be able to do more. Speaking of next time, we might just jump straight into building a plane or possibly working on the runways and the hangars and stuff like that. I don't really know. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below. I've been Sbeev. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'll see you guys next time.